Hey guys, how's it going? So obviously I haven't been able to get outdoors very much recently. Health reasons mainly, I guess. Again, obviously right now trout season is is getting close again. I figure just would be a good time to start tying a few flies and getting ready for that trouting season. Turn around here now and get started on a fly today that I had a lot of success with last year. Okay, so to the best of my knowledge, there's no name on this fly. It's pretty close to the muddler, but it also has a little couple aspects from the gold ribbed hairs here that I use. Like I said, to the best of my knowledge, there's no name on it. I don't even remember where I came across this pattern. I found it when I was going through my notes there last year. So like I don't even know who came up with this pattern or what. So anyway, it's just like I said, a pattern that I came across that I had in my notes and I haven't used in years. And last year I caught a lot of trout on this fly. And of course, you know, if anybody that has ever used the muddlers, you know, that's a really good fly as well. So that's probably one of the reasons why it's been so effective. So anyway, for a hook, we're going to be using a streamer hook, and this is a Mustad 9672 in a size 10. I haven't tied this one on a hook any bigger than this one yet, or any different style hook, but I like that longer shank for this fly. So yeah, that's the one we're going to be tying on today. Okay, as usual, we're going to start off by applying some thread to our hook here. It's nothing new, of course. The next thing we're going to do is tie in some gold oval tinsel, and this is a size small. And we're just going to let that sit back here. So at the body we're going to be using some dubbing, so I am going to apply a little bit of wax to the thread. Alright, for dubbing we're going to be using some Hare's Ear Plus. I build up a fair amount. I don't be really particular now. You know, I'm tying to catch trout. I mean, it's okay to, you know, to have it decent, of course, or if you're selling flies, obviously you could be a little bit more particular, but when I'm just tying flies for myself, I really don't care too much. You know, over the years, I've taken my time and, you know, probably taken twice as long to tie a fly, and you know, at the end of the day you don't catch any more trout. So I mean, that's just maybe a personal preference, I guess. So anyway, that's the body. I mean, you can maybe build up a little bit thicker, you can taper it out a little bit more or whatever, but again, you know, when trout start grabbing out of that, that's all going to tear up, and you know, it's going to be actually more effective once the trout get at it a little bit, but you know, you get the idea. Okay, so for the body now, again, we're going to use some Cree hackle. Now, if you don't have Cree, you can use either like a furnace hackle or a brown hackle. It should be just fine. But I really like this. I really like this Cree hackle. I'll make a couple wraps up front, and then I'll just work my way back. Fairly even space wraps all the way back. When we get back here, now we're just going to take our rib and secure that hackle with the ribbing. Keep that out of the way there. Wraps forward, and of course that's going to secure that hackle. One thing about doing hackle this way, when you're putting it on the body, Obviously, you know, it's very common for a hackle to break, but when you do it this way, it's you're just probably going to just lose a segment or so, and you know you can keep on fishing, right? But if you don't do it this way, and say you start back here and you wrap your hackle and just tie it in, then it's all left open, right? So that's a really good durable way to tying your hackles. So next now we're gonna, it's the same if you were tying the muddler. We're gonna do a collar and a head, and we're gonna use deer here for that, of course. So first we're just going to cut off a decent bunch of deer here, and I'm trying to get my brush out there. So all I'm doing there now, I'm just going to brush out all that under fur. Okay. And what I want to do now is align those tips. I don't like that one. I'm going to use the smaller one. It's better. There's a couple ways of doing this. And like I said, it depends how particular you want to be. Now you can put this in here and you can get a bigger bunch and spin it. Or what you can do is just tie this in like this. Pinch, make couple good twists there, and then get another stack. So instead of using one big stack, I use two small stacks. Whichever you find, whichever you find easier or you prefer doing, that's up to you. You know, it depends. For me, it depends on what kind of mood I'm in. So again, we're just going to align those tips. Not being really particular now, like I said, as long as it's decent. Again, now we're just going to align that. We're going to put that on this side. Collar wraps to secure it. And that's our collar. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to pinch these forward. Some people like to cut those off now. You can, or you can just do it after. So now we're just going to get a few fibers for the head. We're just going to use one bunch. Again, you know, if you want to take your time and you want to be really picky, you can. But in all honesty, I doubt you'll catch any more trout like that. Now this time we're going to do it a little bit different, of course. This time we're not going to line the tips, we're going to line the butts. Stack those. Should be good. Close enough. Now before you tie those in this time, we don't need the tips, so we can just cut those half. Just to keep a lot of fibers out of the way. Okay, and we're just going to tie that in, make a couple loose wraps, and just spin it. That's it. And we get all those pinched back here. Just push it back with your fingertips a little bit. All right. So now we're going to trim. Like I said, these curved scissors are make it a little easier. Right now I'm just doing a rough trim. Any extra fibres, you maybe have a few long fibres sticking out, you can use just your regular scissors to poke those out and cut them off afterwards. Alright. So one thing about these flies, you make a real mess. You know, you want to be, when you go tying these flies, you want to plan on doing, you know, several at a time. If not, you're going to be constantly cleaning up a mess. And that's pretty good, I think. Not going to be real particular, like I said. Last and final step, of course, just like any fly, we add a little bit of head cement. As soon as I find it, crap I do with it. Oh, that's it. I thought I had to clear coat there first. Smack a little bit of head cement around that thread. I don't worry about getting it on the eye, I can always poke that out after. So there you have it. Like I said, there's no name on this fly that I know of. But like I said, it is a mix between, is a lot more like a muddler, but the body is just like the gold ribbed hares here, right? There the last year, when I took my daughter trouting, this is the fly that we caught her trout on, and I don't know how many trout we caught that day. We kept a couple meals out of it, of course, and that was her first time trouting. She must have caught, well, it was at least 2 dozen for sure, you know, catch and release obviously, but they were all caught on this fly. So before you know it, you know, I'll be trouting again, and you'll see this fly in action if you don't get to use it yourself first. And by the way, you know, if you do happen to know if there's a name on this fly or who originally tied it or whatever, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to know. Like I said, I had this in my notes from years ago, so you know, I can't put a name on it, and you know, usually between me and my son, we say that one is like the muddler, or you know, something like that, right? And we usually know what we're talking about, of course. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you taking the time to watch, of course, and please leave a comment below and let me know what you think. And of course, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do. I really appreciate the support. Like, comment on this video, and I'll see you in the next one.